Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the American Sports Connection. I am your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my buddy Rygal. How you holding up tonight, dude?
Pretty good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, dude. Trying to stay cool, as we were talking about. It's ungodly humid up on the East Coast.
Yeah, man. It's been terrible. Hopefully tomorrow I think it's supposed to be a little bit better.
I hope so, because I have a show I have to go to, and I don't know if they have air conditioning or not.
Have you been getting any rain the last couple of days? Because I've been looking, and it looks like Jersey's getting rain, but none of it's
not
hit
where
I am
I'm
in New
at.
York.
No.
Oh, damn. Because I know, like, mid-Jersey's getting, like, lots of rain every day. I'm so jealous because I hear my friends like, oh, I can't go out because it's raining out. I'm like, damn, I wish I could not go out because it's raining. I can't go out 'cause
I
it's
might go
6,000
like
degrees.
stand out like in I can't remember what movie it is, and the dude and just like stand in the rain.
Oh, bro, like, I thought it was going to rain last night, so I went out for a little bit, and it drizzled. I'm like, God damn it.
And it's
I
like
feel
flipping
I'm
you the
being
finger, like, nope.
cheap. That's exactly it.
But before we get started tonight on news and everything, I have a little announcement for those that haven't seen my personal Facebook or the show's Twitter. I have a little bit of news.
We got a banner going on the moon.
Yeah, there you go. The banner is on the moon, ladies and gentlemen. American Sports Connection was asked to join the B Plus Player radio, which people ask me, well, what does that mean? It basically means on top of seeing us on here or listening to us on here, you'll be able to catch us on their iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and there's one other one I'm forgetting, forgive me. Basically, other avenues to listen to us.
Yeah, we're going to join a more established network.
Yeah.
And all of Mike's shows will be on there.
Yes. And they usually will drop the next day. Like, say we're doing one tonight. If you don't catch it on here or on our normal YouTube, you can catch it the next day.
No, I mean, I think it's going to be especially convenient because I know we have people over in Europe who listen. We have people in Canada who listen. So I think it'll be better to have a point in time where people can listen to it on their own time.
Yeah, as opposed to, oh my God, I have to be here at this time.
Yeah, the fact that this, like, I know Ian over in Norway listens, and it's like 6 hours ahead, so.
That's awesome.
So I don't know if he listens live or what, but.
But we greatly appreciate if he is staying up that late.
Yeah, so now I think it'll be better for the people we usually reach, so, and hopefully it'll get us to reach more.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, and I just want to thank Mark Haggerty for giving us this opportunity.
Absolutely. Mark, I haven't met you yet, but, thank you, and look forward to seeing what the future brings for everybody.
Absolutely. Now, it's funny, I just remembered I wanted to talk about this in news. Did you see Jim Cornette go off the deep end about Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi?
That was recently again?
Yes.
Yeah, because I had a friend of mine bring it up to me, and I'm like, I know he's gone off on this before on why Kenny Omega's a piece of shit for wrestling a kid and a blow-up doll.
Mm-hmm.
But, I can't believe he's rehashing it. Like, well, I don't know what the hell he's trying to prove at this point.
I think I might have sent it to you yesterday. He tried to, compare them to Hitler.
Man, I don't even know with him.
When I read it, I was like, no, he didn't really say that, did he? And it was just, it was really bad. Because it was something, he was replying to something that Meltzer said that, hey, Omega's, sold out all these, big arenas and stuff, and he's like, well, that's like saying Hitler's a painter and giving him credit. He didn't deserve it, and neither do they.
He's trying so hard to be relevant because he's so not relevant anymore. Nobody cares about Jim Cornette anymore.
That's when I read it, that's the first thing I said. He's like so desperately trying to stay in the limelight. You know what I mean?
I mean, because the people who don't like Omega aren't listening to Cornette.
No.
The people who do like Omega are the only ones probably who are giving Cornette any bit of attention to begin with. And when you're going to start saying stupid things like this, like, he's just going to alienate anybody he has supporting him.
I was going to say
at this
that.
Point, I'm surprised is anybody at
yeah,
this point.
and that is one of the main reasons no company is going to bring him in.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
agree.
Because of stupid shit that you say like that.
No, I agree fully. Nobody's going to give a fuck what he has to say.
Here it is. It's exactly what he said. I don't really care if Adolf Hitler was an amazingly talented painter. He should get no compliments. These fucks Omega and Ibushi the same thing.
I don't know what the fuck he wants then. I mean, he's just so... he's so pathetically irrelevant.
And he just sounds like he's super bitter.
He is. I mean, come on. You saw him on that...
Table for Three?
Yeah, like, Bischoff was having fun with him.
And you can see how mad he was getting.
Yeah, it's like, you're not relevant, and that's it. It's like, no, we don't care as much as you, Jim. Nobody does. You make things up and you get hot about things that happened 20 years ago, and you still pat yourself on the back for things that happened fucking, I put a booger on your car. What?
That's a good point. They said in the chat they make you almost feel sympathy for Vince Russo, and that's pretty fucking bad.
Oh no, I don't think I could feel sympathy for him because he's somebody I hate as much as Cornette. I think he's another one that's so irrelevant.
Here's a good one. Lance says he definitely sounds desperate for viewers. There's so many podcasts out there that he's trying to do something.
Well, yeah, I mean, and then it probably felt good for people to talk about him again with him being on Table for Three. That now he's just trying to be relevant again.
Yeah, like, hey, look at me, look at me.
Yeah, no, I've never been a fan of his.
No, because he takes it too far. The other tidbit of news I wanted to bring up, and it's been rumored. I can't say definitively. It's the rumor going around is that Brock Lesnar had met. Was it with UFC's people? Him and Heyman?
That him and Lesnar had supposedly met with people from UFC about potentially fighting again.
Yeah, I know. Definitely, they said he's back in the USADA testing.
Yes.
Which, from what we were just talking about, you have to be tested for about 4 months, I think, before you can fight.
Yes, and then I think he still will have to get an exemption, but so long as he's in the testing pool now, I think the earliest he could be cleared is November.
Would it be like the end of November then, since it's like
it depends on when he was put in.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because who's to say he wasn't added before he actually met with UFC? Because I don't think you have to be affiliated with a company in order to be added.
Yeah, but the question to me is, do they freeze his suspension, or does it still counts as like you were suspended? What was it, last July?
Yes. It's not like it's frozen. It's just from a year from this point of time.
Okay. I wasn't sure how they did it.
Yeah, because a lot of the time, because they'll fight only once every couple of, they'll fight, a couple times a year. So it just means within that time period, I don't know about training and stuff like that, but I know you definitely can't get a sanctioned fight.
Right, yeah, because I wondered if when he signs his next UFC contract that this suspension would go into effect.
No, because he's still under contract.
Okay. See, I wasn't sure how that worked. I thought he was, but I wasn't like super positive.
I believe when he signed the last time, it was a multiple fight deal, but
Okay.
I don't know because with him losing, I mean, with him being disqualified for the steroids, I don't know. But if he's back in the USDA testing, by all accounts, he's eligible to fight this November. So.
Right, which we were talking off air is he's probably shooting for the the UFC card at the Garden.
Yes.
Which is probably going to be a big deal.
I could see it being a big deal.
Because they've never had UFC there, if I'm correct.
No, the first one was at the Garden. And then they did one at Barclays.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, because I think that was the one Rousey lost her last fight.
Oh, okay. Now, because there's also been rumors that he doesn't, well, I shouldn't say he doesn't, he's contemplating not re-signing with WWE.
I mean, it's not going to hurt him at all, but, I mean, as a fan, like, come on, look at what they're doing with the title. I mean, it hasn't been defended since... Oh, I'm sorry, he defended it against Joe, but...
But before that was the only time since WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. In my opinion, at least. So.
Right. No,
Yeah.
no. I understand what you're saying. What the hell was I going to say? Yeah, because from what I understand, his contract runs out. It's either at WrestleMania or right after.
Yeah, I'm not positive, but...
Oh, here's some information for you because I went to look it up because Chris was saying it in the chat and I wanted to verify this. It is true. It says Lesnar's 1 year. I looked it up on MMAfighting.com. It says his 1 year doping suspension is frozen until he re-enters the testing pool.
What, it's on hiatus till he enters the testing pool?
It says Lesnar's 1 year doping suspension is frozen until he re-enters the pool. It says here, if he ever returns to the pool via a written notice to the UFC and USADA saying he is out of retirement, Lesnar would still have more than 6 months remaining on his suspension. So he would
And
not
what's the
be
date on
able to fight again until 2018.
Interesting. Alright, so then I was happily wrong about that.
And that's true. I've read that too, where there's talk that Roman might get the strap at SummerSlam.
I don't know what to say about that.
I think it's a mistake, but either way, I'm really curious. I always said I thought Lesnar was going to retire from WWE after this deal was done.
I mean, he's making so much money to
Yeah,
barely do
that was my
anything,
thing.
so-
I'm like, how much money do you really need to live comfortably,
Especially the way he lives.
Yes, because he's like, an outdoorsy kind of guy.
He's a fucking farmer. It's more than outdoorsy. Like, come on, you live with farmers. They are like the toughest people alive. I couldn't be a farmer.
Well, he lives in like Canada on like this like middle of nowhere everything,
Yes, sir.
So he's a tough dude. But I'm just curious to see where that's gonna go. Because
Yeah,
it
it'd
always
be
seems
interesting.
like even if Brock does resign, he always tries to like leverage UFC against WWE, and that's smart business.
Absolutely. I would do the same thing if I was him.
Yeah. All right, now let's get into the shows this week. What did you think of Monday Night Raw this week?
Let's just say that if it wasn't for this new change in our status with B plus players, B plus player radio, I probably would have given up watching wrestling for a little while because that reveal was terrible.
I will tell
really
you
was.
this. and I think I told you this. It was the first time in recent memory I turned off Raw before it was done. I was so, like, I guess you would say annoyed or just like, really? Like, that's it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was a lot of hype for nothing. And then, like, this is a lot of storytelling that didn't make sense. Because now Corey Graves is saying that he's known this because he's known whatchamacallit from NXT. But if you think about when he found out, he was like, oh, guys, I gotta go. You're like, like...
And this is the thing, shocked. Dude. He's supposed to be the heel announcer.
Yeah, I think that's a terrible opportunity.
Oh, it was so bad. So bad. And then the other thing that really irked me about this show, and I don't know if you saw it, was the opening segment where Seth Rollins apologized for breaking up the Shield.
No, I missed that because lately I've had no interest in Seth at all.
Yeah.
He's been stuck. He was stuck in that stupid storyline with Bray.
Yeah, they just have him like in like the middle of nowhere.
I mean, and anybody who knows me knows. I mean, I was pushing for Bray for a long time, but now it's just like, why? Because like it's hard to get behind somebody I know that they're gonna bury.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I wonder how it's all gonna tie in with like Steph and Triple H's returning, because that's been rumored for some time that they were gonna do that.
Do you realize that Bray never had a rematch for his title?
No.
They had the House of Horrors match, but
remember
that wasn't for the title.
Yeah, it was supposed to be for the title, the House of Horrors, and then they changed it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, that was just really annoyed me, the thing with Rollins, because it's like he apologized for turning on the Shield and then getting Money in the Bank and becoming champion. It's like, why? You were a heel. You did. Everybody's going for the briefcase. You know what I mean? It just really annoyed me. It's like, why would you ever apologize for that?
No, I'm with you fully.
Like, that just really irked me. That was like cringeworthy, I thought.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the babyface apologizing like that.
Especially when you were a heel at the time and had like probably one of the better runs as a heel champion.
He's so much better as a heel.
Yes, he's terrible as a face. It just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
The other thing I thought was kind of weird is how they booked Bayley strong in beating Alexa Bliss on Raw. And it's like, where was this booking for Bayley when she was champion?
Yeah, right?
That's just the first thing I was like, okay. Like Lance said, WWE thinks we have all-timers.
Alzheimer's?
Like, we're not supposed to remember that happened however long ago.
Yeah.
That was, the other thing that was crazy to me, I don't know if you saw it, was the guitar shot that Finn Balor took.
Yeah, that was nasty.
I was like, holy shit. Like, that wasn't a gimmick guitar. That looked like it fucking hurt.
Yeah, he was supposed to catch him on the shoulder. And
he hit him in the side of the head.
Yeah, bro, he busted him open pretty bad. I mean, like, poor friggin' Balor, man. First, Jinder knocks him out, gives him a concussion.
Yeah, man, he got him good.
Bro, that looked like it hurt.
It reminded me of when back in the day when Honky Tonk Man clobbered Jake the Snake right in the fucking head.
Yeah, that one just looked bad. The whole side of his head was busted open, so.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, other than the reveal, it was kind of not the reveal was bad, but it was a very uneventful Raw.
No, I agree with you. Gazoon tight.
Thank you.
The other thing I thought that was kind of bad too is the Enzo and Cass stuff with Big Show.
Yeah, I mean, it's just WWE has been using Big Show the same way for years, to the point that when he comes out, you already know what's going to happen.
It's like you see him and you're like, all right, nobody gives a shit.
I mean, like, they don't give him... in between being a jobber for everybody, they don't give him a meaningful angle or anything. So, like, nowadays, it's just like, oh, Big Cass beat the Big Show, but it's Big Cass beat the Big Show who used to be the Big Show, because he used to be a giant, but now he's just a jobber. You know what I mean?
Yes. I like what they're doing with the Hardys. It almost feels like, and they had a good match with the Revival, but the Revival usually puts on good matches. Like they're gonna do this thing where they go on like a losing streak. It almost seems like with the Hardys, and then maybe they become broken or something. I don't know.
I just hope that they break up the Hardys.
The nostalgia's wore off very quickly.
Yeah, I would genuinely like to see Matt and Jeff Hardy solo.
Yeah, because I always felt Jeff could probably get another world title run.
I mean, who's to say Matt couldn't get a world title run?
That too. Especially if you put him on SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not now on Raw, but I mean, come on. I mean, if you got Jinder Mahal as a champion, period.
Yeah.
Then
anybody has a shot.
Well, a guy like Matt Hardy, who's established veteran,
yeah,
bona fide first ballot Hall of Famer.
I agree with you. And I actually liked the main event. Like, Reigns and Joe can put on a good match.
Yes, they can.
And what we all expected to happen did happen, where Braun attacked him, which is probably going to lead into, excuse me, a fatal four-way at SummerSlam.
I want to see Braun with the title.
Yeah.
Which I can't believe I'm saying that, but
he's the new it guy, I guess you would say. Like, he's got the momentum behind him.
He does.
All right, Lance said he wants broken Matt, not regular Matt.
Yeah, I don't want like the Sensei of Mattitude.
No, that was pretty good like a couple years ago, Matt version 2.0.
Yeah.
Like when the internet was like still kind of cool. Remember when he would have the little like thing, it would like click on it and then reveal some kind of like stupid fact about it.
Matt likes hot dog flavored ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to love that shit, but it wouldn't work now.
And he had his MFers.
Yes.
Otherwise known as morons, because of Shannon Moore.
Yes, I remember that. It's funny how you remember
like 6
like
million tattoos.
Useless knowledge like that.
I live my life by that. Oh yeah! Woo!
That's funny. All right, bro. Now, what did you think of SmackDown this week?
Nothing monumental. I'm pretty sure they're going with a heel Chad Gable.
It felt like it, didn't it?
Yes. But that'll be interesting. I mean, like, the dude has the personality of a loaf of bread, so.
I was just getting ready to say that. His big problem is going to be selling himself, basically.
Yeah, because he's rather boring.
Like Funky840 said in the chat, SmackDown was the same old, same old.
Yeah, they're really not doing much with anybody. I mean, it was cool to see the Punjabi prison standing up there above everything. I'm a big fan of that gimmick. But
I thought for a 2-hour show, because they only have 2 hours, that they took way too long in that opening segment with the prison.
Yeah. That was like a 12-minute segment, but I mean, for WWE, that's what their opening segments are like, though.
Right, I just meant that, like, SmackDown used to not be as bad like that. Like, recently it's taken a turn for the shitter.
I think that was important, though, yesterday.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Tuesday.
I just think maybe it could have been a little, maybe less, like, not as long.
Yeah, just keep in mind, there's a whole generation of fans that have never seen that match. It's been a decade.
Well, yeah, that's true, too.
I mean, yes, they kind of milked with how long they were explaining it, and the Singh brothers are not ready to have a mic yet. Dude kept screwing up.
Oh, yeah, it was bad. Lance said, to hold these useless facts that we know, think about it, in 10 years we will know or care about this time period.
Yeah, this is not a good time period for wrestling.
The other one I thought, and I guess that's what they wanted to do with him to make him, like, more heelish, the Mike Kanellis debuting against Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I'd had Maria get involved.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, and it's nothing against him, it just does not do it for me.
I mean, it's just, I don't like the gimmick, but let's just see how they let him work. I mean, because I've seen people saddle with shitty gimmicks that have actually put in good work.
No, that's true.
I mean, like, I think a big problem why... How do I put it? Because I got into an argument with somebody about this, and they're like, oh, yeah, but Jinder's a jobber. I said, yeah, but with that logic, nobody's ever going to get pushed. Because you're going to have a problem with everything. Like, if they repackage somebody, it's you guys who won't let go of the fucking old gimmicks that they have.
For an example, look at what they did to Bray Wyatt when he first came back. They're chanting Husky Harris.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we get it. You know who he used to be in developmental.
Yeah, or like Drew McIntyre. They got rid of him, and now they brought him back, and he's could potentially be NXT champion at some point.
Yep.
But, you gotta friggin' give people a chance.
Yeah, that's just my problem, is the people who are complaining about Orton and Reigns and Cena always being in the top are also the ones shitting every time they try to hotshot somebody new.
Yes. I actually, dude, I wish it would have went a little longer, but I enjoyed the Becky Lynch and Charlotte match.
Yeah, but that whole dichotomy is just weird.
I know, it's just a giant cluster.
Their whole division is.
I don't know if you feel this way, but it almost feels like Charlotte is just, almost the champion in waiting, if that makes sense.
I think that's good as far as leading credibility to potential future champions. But I think that they should be doing it with more people. I don't think she should be the only one in that position. Yeah.
No, it just feels like they'll put her in all these big matches and she'll never win. And then it's like when Mania time comes around, oh, Charlotte wins the title.
Oh, we don't know, because this is the first time that they're really taking her out of being champion.
I know. I'm just, shooting in the dark. But that's just what it feels like to me, at least.
Oh, that's understandable.
But, I could be, totally wrong.
No, it's just how you see things.
Excuse me, my friggin' sinuses today, dude.
Yeah, you and I both.
And I actually didn't mind the main event. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, that was interesting. I mean, it's... but I don't think they're doing enough with Nakamura at all.
No. It's been terrible with him.
They built him up for so damn long for literally no reason.
And I personally don't like it. Like, they're calling him now the artist.
Yeah, or the rock star, or yeah.
It's something,
I don't get it.
Yeah, the last one I remember was the artist.
Yeah, I don't
know. And that just kind of irked me.
Yeah, no, it bothers me.
Because why can't you just leave him what he was when he was successful in NXT? He's the king of strong style.
Yep, I agree with you fully.
It's almost like when a guy that comes up to the main roster or girl, the main roster, either Vince or whoever it may be, wants to put like their own little twist on him to be like, well, it worked down there, but I want him to be this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that just kind of irks me. It's like, if you, if it's working, you know, I know NXT is more of a niche market because, like, you know, not a lot of fans watch it. But if it's getting over there, at least try it on the main roster and see if it works first before you just fucking change it.
Oh, I agree.
Like Acer put up in here, that's what they call him, the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
That's
like
the
you
king
said,
of
it's pretty
strong
dumb.
style. He's the king of strong style, that's it. He's no fucking artist. What the fuck is he an artist of? Knees to the face?
Like, I think the only thing that's saving him at the moment right now is because he has the catchy song and everyone sings along.
That's possible.
But I enjoyed it because it was cool to see Owens pin Styles.
Yeah, I mean, like, that stuff they're doing right, so I don't have any major complaint. I'm not hating Baron Corbin.
Nah, he's just, to me. Like, you know what I mean? That's the only way I can explain it. There you go. Funky said in the chat rooms, soon it's going to be the artist formerly known as Nakamura at the rate they're going.
Yeah, and that's when they're gonna name him like Nintendo Oh, what the fuck was the name I always said? Mitsubishi Nintendo.
Yeah. I knew exactly what you were thinking.
New WWE superstar.
Yeah, but for a go-home show, before a pay-per-view, it was just kind of,
Yeah, I mean, it's still better than anything Raw has done.
Yes. But like I said before, in the last, I don't know, 6 weeks, I'll say, give or take, maybe a little less, SmackDown is really, like, taking a nosedive.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be very good, like, much, much better than Raw. And now it's just kind of,
And they canceled Talking Smack. Apparently, it wasn't drawing ratings, which sucks because that was my favorite show by far.
Yeah. Now
week.
it's only going to be on after the pay-per-views.
Yeah, which
that's a very
sucks.
good point, Funky. He said like what WCW did with Prince Iaukea.
Yeah.
Where they could change like Nakamura's deal. I hope they don't do something like that. That'd be fucking terrible.
Yeah, please don't break Nakamura. We like him.
And that's
like
the truth, too.
Nakamura.
Corbin's personality is about the same as Chad Gable.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, like, Corbin at least you want to hate. Gable's just kind of like...
You don't.
go
He's just
sit down
irrelevant.
somewhere.
Like, you don't give a shit.
Yeah, bro, like, shut the fuck up. No one cares. Oh, you're an Olympian. Did you win? No. We have Kurt Angle.
Oh,
so.
okay. Lance is saying he read that Talking Smack was canceled because Vince did not like it because it was too unscripted.
That's indeed possible. I also read that it wasn't drawing very well. That it was like 20 minutes.
It could have been both. Excuse
possible.
me. Get a drink of water here. Moving right along. Did you check out 205 Live this week?
I did.
What were your thoughts on it?
I thought it was a good episode this week, and I've kind of been like sad with 205 Live.
I thought the last month or so it's been pretty solid. Where they've had like 1 week was the blow off with like Tozawa and Kendrick, and then I think it was last week was the Cedric Alexander and Noam Dar blow off.
Yes.
You know, like they've had like kind of like gimmicky matches, but it's still they've been good.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I actually, and we talked about this before, that the 2 out of 3 falls with Ali and Gulak was really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that.
And I love the way it was finished, where Gulak tried to do something that he hates. Which is trying to do like a move off the ropes and gets caught.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was well booked. This whole thing has been well booked, but hopefully it's the end of it. It's been going on since May.
Oh, here's something interesting, Rygal. Chris put this in the chat. Daniel Bryan posted on his official Twitter. He said, "Don't worry, folks. Next week after SmackDown Live, Renee Young and I will host a pirate version of Talking Smack on Tout, Tout."
Oh wow, they're going back to Tout.
So they're going to put it on there apparently.
Remember when Tout was the thing?
Yes, and didn't WWE put like a ton of money into it?
Yes, that's why it was. That may be.
Maybe that's why they're going to do it, to try to like took it off the network, try to bring back that app, I guess. Who knows with Vince?
I don't think so, because if nobody was listening, if nobody was watching it to begin with on the network, now like, super diehards are gonna go.
Yeah. All right, now I actually found the guy's name because we were. If any of you were checking out results for 205 Live, we were looking this up earlier. I think it was on Bleacher Report, wasn't it?
Which one?
The Brian Kendrick defeated British Jobber.
Yeah, that was on Bleacher Report.
Like, you couldn't find the guy's name. It was just British Jobber.
Oh, bro. Sometimes that's all you are. It's just British Jobber.
It just made me laugh. But his over-the-top stuff was kind of just to me. Like, his thing with Gallagher, just it's not doing it for me.
I'm not really a big Brian Kendrick fan. I never really was.
Me neither.
I didn't like him much as Spanky. So,
yeah, it just didn't. It hasn't done it for me. And then the main event was okay. It wasn't like super exciting. With Tozawa and Daivari.
No, but I mean, again, at least they're trying to stick with things, which I can give them credit for that.
Yeah.
You know,
not everything's going to be a home run.
I mean, I just want to see, you know, somebody finally unthrow Neville.
Yeah.
I don't know who it's going to end up being, but
he's probably the strongest booked champion they have.
In a very long time, yes.
Because he's had it, like 6 months at least?
Yeah, if not more.
Because I know he had it before Mania, I just don't remember when.
Yeah, I don't remember how long. No, actually, way before Mania, because I was expecting him to. I wanted him to lose it to Gallagher in the beginning, and that was before Aries.
Yeah, what has it been? That? Holy crap! I'm about to look it up.
I want to say maybe December.
I just can't remember. Let's see. It was at the Rumble.
Okay, so I was off by a month.
Yeah, he won it at the Rumble. From Rich Swann. Lance said he doesn't want him to lose it. He wants him to keep it for a long time.
I don't. I'm tired of him. That's me, though.
No, hey, everybody, you know, you're allowed to like and dislike what you want.
No, I'm not. I have to like what everybody else likes. That's the rules, Mike. Joey.
That's okay. Now, NXT this week, what were your thoughts on it?
I kind of browsed through it, but not terrible. Actually, a bit of an improvement over recent weeks.
I thought this was the best NXT they've had in a few weeks. They had a really good match with Ember Moon and Ruby Riott.
Yeah.
Which is like a pay-per-view quality match.
Yeah. I saw bits and pieces of it, but from what I read, it was really, really, really good.
Yes. And Oney Lorcan beat up, he defeated Danny Burch. I just remembered Ember Moon beat Ruby Riott as well. I forgot to mention that. But they beat the dog shit out of each other, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. Like old school British stiff, like, holy crap. I told you earlier, Lorcan busted Danny Burch's nose open.
Yeah, those two, I mean, like, they had some tough dudes.
Oh, yeah. Well, eventually, Lorcan wins, and at the end of the match, Danny Burch said that he wanted to go one more time. So apparently that's going to happen at some point. So I want to see it because it was fantastic. Like really hard hitting. If you like that kind of style, you know, you'll like it.
I like Danny Burch a lot with the CWC. That was the first time I had ever seen him. He got hurt in the first round.
Oh, did he really?
I'm pretty sure he did. Like he got busted open or something.
Because the one guy I remember getting hurt in the CWC was Anthony Bennett.
I don't even remember who that is.
The only reason I remember is because he trained down here in the Monster Factory. The guy with the flat top.
No idea. There were guys in there I never heard of and I never saw again. So no, I'm
no. I know what you mean.
Been there, so. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Okay, yeah, no, because my Skype for a second it sounded like it farted, so I wanted to make sure that you were still there.
Yeah, no, it's cool. No Way Jose had a quick one with Cesar
Bonini.
Bonini, is it?
Bonani, some shit like that, yeah. Boani, yeah, it's close to that.
And basically, after the match, Almas and Thea Trinidad come out, and Almas leaves Bonini laying.
Yeah, that for those of you who don't remember, that is
Austin Aries' wife, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Or significant other?
Possibly. I didn't think so, but I mean,
I'm going to double
possible.
check. I'm fairly certain they're together.
I was going to say she was Rosita in TNA.
Yes, that too.
But
yes,
I know Gargano.
She's engaged to Austin Aries.
Oh, that I did not know. Because I know Gargano was with
Candice
LeRae. Yeah.
Yeah, I do know that one. And then the main event was fantastic with Drew McIntyre beating Killian Dane to become the #1 contender to fight Bobby Roode at TakeOver Brooklyn 3.
That's cool.
Because both guys hadn't been pinned yet. And they really, even though Dane lost, they built him up to be a monster because he took two of McIntyre's finishers, the Claymore.
The Claymore, oh my god.
I know. And then Dane kicking out of a Future Shock DDT at 1.
But is he really using the Future Shock as a big move anymore?
Yes.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, it's like one of his, like,
Setups?
not a finisher, but like, I guess a setup move.
Okay.
Yeah, but either way, like, even though Dane lost, they made him look strong.
They gave him the Roman treatment?
Yeah, even though he lost clean.
Yeah, you can lose clean and still look strong. I'm a strong believer of that.
All right. Chris wants to know, have we heard anything about Asuka dropping the belt at Brooklyn?
I think so. I mean, I haven't heard it, but it's time. I think they wanted to give it to Ember Moon the last pay-per-view, but
she got
with her
hurt.
being hurt, yeah.
I've been going back and forth with this, where I agree with you, and then the other thought I had, because I don't know, I'm guessing the next takeover will be at Survivor Series after Brooklyn. Don't quote me, but I kind of thought, because I think it's sometime in September the Mae Young Classic is done. I don't remember when, because they're having the finale. It's live.
Yeah.
I thought if they didn't let Ember Moon get it, then I don't know how to say her first name. I'm gonna try. Is it Carrie? Is it? It's Sane now, I think is how they say it, instead of Hojo.
Okay.
I always thought she was going to be the one to do it.
She's not even signed.
I thought she was signed.
Or maybe she just got signed, but I mean, I don't think so. I mean, they've been building up Ember Moon. They're going to get
true.
somebody who literally just joined the roster.
That's another good one. Funky840 in the chat says he would like to see Nikki Cross get it.
I think that they've been doing the whole Ember Moon just still hasn't hit the Eclipse, and the Eclipse is going to be the move to beat her.
Yeah. I thought the match, he brings up Nikki, that the match with her and Asuka, the last woman standing, was fantastic.
Well, Asuka's one of the more premier athletes on the planet, so yeah.
And that bump they took where Asuka suplexes her off the top of the ladder onto the announce table was nasty, man.
Yeah, those are some tough women, man.
Oh yeah, it's crazy how far the division has come just in like 5 years.
You want to suplex me off of what? Through what? No fucking thank you.
I wanted to talk about a couple other things before we talked about Battleground and our thoughts on the matches. I don't know if you had heard about this. I just remembered. GFW, Impact, whatever you want to call it, they had their conference call the Wednesday. They said that, I guess it's Taya is how you say it. Taya Valkyrie, who used to be AAA's Women's Champion, and Johnny Mundo, who used to be John Morrison in WWE, are both coming there. I don't know if they've signed deals, but they're working the next tapings.
Oh.
From what I understand, as well as Dave, and I told you this one, Dave and Jake Crist, Crist, who are in OI4K if you follow the Independents with Sami Callihan. They'll be working the tapings as well, and they are in negotiations as well as WWE with Rey Mysterio.
I never want to see Rey Mysterio in WWE again. He's old and boring.
Well, yeah, dude, he took so many risks with his body, he can barely move.
Yeah, it's not 1996 anymore. I don't care about Rey Mysterio.
Plus, dude, remember the last photo we saw of him? I was like, that's Rey Mysterio?
Well, with him looking roided up as all hell.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he was jacked. Jacked to the gills.
Oh, man, he was swimming in that stuff. But I'm happy for those GFW guys because they seem to be getting better and better ratings every week, and they got a lot of talent they seem to be bringing in.
Just as long as they don't do what TNA did and rely solely on that talent.
Yep. And I've said this, and I've said it to you, and I've said it to anybody that'll listen. The main issue I have with them is their announce team.
Oh, Josh Matthews is fucking terrible.
I literally will watch it muted because he's so bad. It is unbearable to listen to.
Yeah.
And the other thing I think that's really dumb, the only other, the main gripe I have probably is the Laurel Van Ness. The storyline where she's still wearing the fucking wedding gown 4 months later.
I love that. That's one of my favorite things.
Go figure.
I love fucking drunk Laurel. I think that's awesome.
That's true. Chris said probably the reason WWE's looking to bring Mysterio back is because they've never been able to replace him as the big Latin star that they've been looking for.
Yeah.
Because Del Rio failed miserably at that.
But they got the new Sin Cara.
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
Why not? The new guy,
Hunico.
Been successful. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen him on TV in God knows how long.
They can push fucking Kalisto.
That's true.
And Kalisto's amazing.
He really is. It's just they haven't kind of let him do his thing. And then I think they thought they had it with Almas, and then he's just kind of... what do I want to... kind of struggled,
Boring.
I guess you would say.
Nobody cares about him, yeah.
But I will say this. He's better as a heel. He's getting there. And
I don't disagree with that.
I think him having to take the mask off has really hurt him. He's not used to it.
That could be.
But that's just, a total guess. Yeah, Lance has told me this before. He said he knows it's odd, but he can't watch GFW because they have this 6-sided ring. That really bothers him.
Yeah, that gets on some people's nerves.
Because he makes a valid point. He's like, you don't play football on a triangle.
I mean, but you play... I mean, they're not... I don't know. I look at it it's a pretend thing to begin with.
Right, yeah. I could see, though, where that would annoy someone, though. But it's just amazing, the talent. I hope that they can keep doing what they're doing and just be a reliable option if you don't want to watch the E. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Because, when other companies are at least... I don't want to say necessarily thriving, but they're at least, holding water and not sinking, then it's good for everyone.
Yeah, no, I agree fully.
All right, bro. I have the Battleground card in front of me, and I wanted to go over each match and get your opinions and such on it.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. As of right now, it says the pre-show match is Ty Dillinger versus Aiden English.
At least they're doing something with them. I mean, but, it's... I'm a Ty guy, but, I mean, I don't know.
They've really... That's another guy that's just kind of fallen off the map.
Yeah, he's going to be another guy that's going to end up being let go because WWE is not doing shit with him.
He kind of reminds me a lot of Damian Sandow in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I can understand that.
In the sense of he's really over with his stuff, but WWE doesn't have any idea what to do with him.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I'm going to say Aiden English is going to win just because I think they have to throw him a bone to keep him interesting as opposed to just, oh, he's a job guy.
I think that's all he's ever going to be, though, is a job guy.
Right. I'm just completely guessing because I have no clue with this one.
I'd like to see Ty win.
Okay. Next, we have the Usos defending the SmackDown Tag Team titles against the New Day.
I think the Usos again.
I kind of feel the same way because I think if they're going to do the title change, it's going to be at SummerSlam. Because it's the second biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah.
I hope that the match, though, is as good as the last one they had at the last SmackDown pay-per-view because it was really good.
Yeah. No, well, they're friends, so when you're friends, you tend to work well together.
Yes. All right, next we have John Cena versus Rusev in a flag match.
Don't give a flying fuck about that. A flag match.
I always said the reason they're doing the flag match, because it's whoever gets your flag first wins, correct?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
I always was under the impression that they did this so John Cena could win without hurting Rusev.
I just think that they brought John Cena back in America.
That too, but I mean where Rusev doesn't get like pinned on his first match back. You know, so they could do it that way as opposed to him like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yes, there's no chance that Cena's not winning.
Although, it would be surprising.
Yeah, it would be very interesting. And Lance said, has any American ever lost a flag match?
I don't know, but I think Rusev needs it a shit ton more than Cena does.
Yeah. You know, that's an interesting thought, Funky, but I don't know if it would happen. He said he would like to see a New Day heel turn like the Shield.
Like one of them turn heel?
That's what I'm guessing by what he's saying. I would say if any of them turned, I would like to see Big E do it.
Yeah.
But that's me.
I don't think Xavier turning would have the same effect.
No. I agree with that.
Definitely not Kofi.
No. Because he's been around forever. Or at least it feels like forever.
I don't think he works as a heel.
Yeah, that too. Alright, next we have Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Natalya versus Tamina versus Lana. And I didn't realize this was elimination. It's fatal 5-way elimination to determine the number one contender for the Women's SmackDown Championship at SummerSlam.
I have no earthly idea. I have no idea.
I really don't know. I'll go out on a limb and say someone like Natalya. Because for some reason they've been doing like this out of the box, like you're not going to expect it. Like, really? That person?
Well, for me, that would be Tamina.
Yeah, well, that could be it too. Because usually, and you'll understand what I mean when I say this, you could kind of get a grasp on where they're trying to go. Like this one, like you said, I have no unearthly idea.
Yeah, I don't know what they want to do with this.
Yeah, not to change the subject real quick, that's what Funky said. Yeah, have like Big E get tired of the unicorn crap and turn and be a monster heel. I think it could work.
It could, yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Next, we have Shinsuke Nakamura against Baron Corbin.
If they give this to Corbin, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah. Nakamura has to win this, in my opinion.
I agree fully.
All right. Lance wants to ask us, with all the Paige BS going on now, with the more stuff that leaked, do you think she will ever be back?
I don't know. I have no idea. I think firing her would look really bad. So I don't know.
I'm going to say yes, you will see her back, and not for the reason you think, because this is WWE and sadly they think this way. I think she's going to be back because The Rock, who I think he's a producer or something on it, but they're doing that movie about her life, and The Rock is like, has something to do with it. And they're going to have her
but
probably
she doesn't.
They're probably going to have her come back to promote it, and then probably once it's out, then they'll let her go. But that's just my feeling on what they're going to do. Because I don't think they're going to get rid of her now, because they're not going to let another company like GFW, who knows that movie's coming out, scoop her up and get the press and publicity from it. But that's just what I think.
But she has nothing to do with the movie other than it's just about her family.
Right.
It's not even so much about her, it's about her family.
Yeah. But that's just my guess.
And it's possible.
All right, next we have AJ Styles defending the U.S. title against Kevin Owens.
I think AJ's keeping it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't know why. Maybe they're going to be doing something different with Owens once this is done, but I don't know where they're going with him right now.
Away from this anti-American bullshit, because they have so many anti-Americans right now.
Right, yeah, that I know. I'm just curious to see, after this is done, who he feuds with next. Because I'm thinking you'll probably get, one more at SummerSlam?
It may be, I don't know, I could see them putting him with Nakamura.
That'd be interesting.
I mean, because KO's a bad guy. He can lose and it'd be okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because all it takes is one cheat and you're back on top.
Yeah. That's a very valid point. Alright, next we have Sami Zayn against Mike Kanellis.
I think Kanellis wins this again.
Yeah. And I think they'll go longer, obviously, than they did on SmackDown. However, it'll probably be in another heelish kind of way like we saw on SmackDown that he wins.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all.
I'm just personally, and it's nothing against him, I've never been a Mike Bennett fan. He just never did anything for me.
I like Mike Bennett.
Alright, and the main event is Jinder Mahal defending the belt against Randy Orton in a Punjabi prison match.
I want to see Jinder win.
Don't hinder the Jinder.
Don't hinder the Jinder, bro.
I think they've gone this far with him, and you have to go the rest of the way and have him win. Like, it's like almost like you would say his match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just, my opinion. I personally think he's probably going to keep it for a good while.
I'd like to see him keep it to Mania next year. Imagine.
Oh, people would want to kill him. I mean, they
I would
already
love
want
that.
to now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I would enjoy that.
Like Funky 840, and I completely agree with you because it depends what Randy Orton you're going to get. If he wants to work or if he doesn't want to work. He said the match is going to be a cluster.
Yeah, conceptually, the match is just terrible. So,
Do you know, they're asking in the chat when they tour India.
no clue.
Let me see if I can find out real quick.
I think the reason why they're doing it now with Jinder isn't because of the touring. I think it's because they just opened up WWE shop in India.
It said that is the reason, and because they're on like one of the big TV stations over there. And to answer your question, Funky, is they are touring India in September. So he's probably going to keep it till at least September then. I'm waiting, and I've said this for weeks. I don't know if the match is confirmed that it's going to happen, but you read things, and just because you read it doesn't mean it's true, but that they were going to have Cena fighting Jinder at SummerSlam.
That's possible.
I said if that's the case, I was like, people are going to lose their friggin' minds when Jinder beats Cena. Can you imagine, bro?
Especially if it's in New York.
Yes.
Yeah, people have a heart attack.
That's what I was thinking. I was just like, wow, that's going to be crazy. But he is probably, with the exception of maybe Owens, like one of the one or two heels that has like legitimate heat.
Oh, Jinder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun to watch.
But then he also has, like, legitimate pop, too.
Yeah, it's weird.
Because people like me are very happy with the fact that they made a fucking jobber like Jinder Mahal champion.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. I thought it was, at least. It's something different.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean...
that's
interested.
what I wanted to tell you. I just remembered. They are not... I don't know how it is today, but earlier this week, they were not selling well for Battleground at all.
That's in Philly, right?
Yep.
So it's not even, like, in a shitty city that, and I'm sorry if I'm calling your city shitty, but I mean by, like...
You mean a, like,
like Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like a not like
shitty,
super
it's
big
nice place
town
to live, but yeah, exactly.
Because I think it was earlier this week. They had on WWE's website like certain sections. I can't remember exactly where. They were like 50% off the tickets.
Jeez Louise.
And they were they were like super close, like not front row or anything, but they were like floor seats.
Wow, that would piss me off if I was somebody who bought them pre-order.
Yeah, that would piss me off.
I find out that there's people who could be getting better seats than me for half price.
Lance in the chat says, when Jinder says, I want to speak to my people in my language, I'm hoping that he would say, let's go get a beer, eh? That's a good one. But no, because I went on StubHub just for the hell of it, because Shane had been bugging me to go, but I don't have the cash. There were some floor seats, like super, I might have even been front row now that I think about it, were in certain spots like $150 a ticket.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's crazy. I mean, I don't have the cash, but I was just like, it'd be kind of cool just to say you did go front row.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm just looking forward to see the Punjabi prison match. I like
I
gimmicks,
haven't,
so
I can't remember watching one.
you don't remember watching the one with
What year was it?
You don't remember the two of them that have happened?
No.
Because this isn't his match.
I know, it's Khali's. I know that.
The first one was supposed to be Khali and Undertaker.
And then Khali got hurt.
Khali had elevated liver enzymes and actually did a run-in the match.
Okay.
And I believe Undertaker won that one. And the second one was Khali and Batista won that one.
Ugh. Well, see, because I don't remember what year it was, but I stopped watching from around 2008 to about 2013.
They were before that. It was 2006 and 7, I think.
All right, then I just tuned out. Or I didn't order them, you know what I mean? Because we didn't have the network back then, so... Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm not buying this shit.
But no, I'm excited. Hopefully it'll be
something different.
Yep.
And I'm hopeful that that'll probably be the blow-off for Jinder and Orton, and then they can both kind of go and do whatever.
Yeah. They need to have somebody run in and, I don't know, do
Set
something.
up the new feud with whomever.
Yeah.
But before we get out of here, okay, yeah, it was Undertaker versus Big Show was one of them. You had mentioned that, right?
Yeah, because it was supposed to be Undertaker, Khali, and then Khali had the high enzymes, and the day of the pay-per-view, they had to change it.
That sucks.
Yeah, like, it wasn't like, you tuned in to see Undertaker versus Greg.
Dad's like, sorry!
Yeah, I forget how they wrote him off, but, then he ended up doing a really slow walk-in.
Oh, man, that's bad.
Yeah. But, yeah, you could check it out on the network. And
I'm gonna have to do that. But,
yeah, I've watched both of them just to, just because it's been so long, so...
Yeah, I might have to do that, because I got time.
But yeah, I was kind of hoping on SmackDown they were going to drop it later, but when you start off with the people, then, because I kind of wanted, Jinder to be in the main event, and then somehow, the Punjabi prison just gets lowered.
Well, what I heard is it's not, and I figured this, it's not all completely bamboo.
No, it's funny story. You remember Andy, right?
Yes.
Well, when WWE goes to Alabama, one of his friends is actually on the rigging crew that gets hired.
Yes, that's true.
So he sent pictures to Andy the night before. He goes, "This is what I'm showing up at 8 o'clock in the morning and setting up." And it was pictures of the Punjabi prison.
Yes.
So now that he's spoken to him, I can tell you that it is aluminum, very well detail painted. Yeah. And the only real bamboo on there are the little thin ones that are going to be, I believe it's on the inner cage. That it's just, you'll be able to look at it and go, that's actual small gauge bamboo. The rest of it is just steel.
It's true. And like you said, it's just basically spray painted, but spray painted so well you would really never know the difference unless you really looked.
Yeah, that's what Andy said, because Andy sent me a bunch of really close-up pictures of it, that his boy had sent him of it in pieces. So yeah, you could see that it's definitely spray painted metal.
Yeah, that's crazy. So. But I'm not surprised. They have to, make it safe for God's sakes.
Yeah, you could get really hurt with bamboo.
You would think so, because that's what they make the canes out of, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
when I was coming up to martial arts, I instead of giving a kid a real sword, we would train with those bamboo swords. And yeah. I mean, bamboo is also one of the hardest trees on the planet. If you go to Thailand, the Thai fighters practice by kicking bamboo trees with their shin, and that shit grows super fast. It can grow like 4 feet in a couple of days.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was actually a torture method used in old times. They'd like tie you down to the ground on top of bamboo sprouts and come back a couple weeks later, and it would all be through you, and a lot of people would still be alive.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's how strong bamboo is. That it can puncture a living body and continue to grow.
That's wild. Before we get out of here for tonight, I want to make a little note for people that might be listening tomorrow on iTunes and all the other new avenues that we're on. If you want to see us live, we are on YouTube live on Friday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So you could come in and hang out and chat if you choose to do so.
But now, when you do your closeout at the end, now you have all these other cool things to say instead of it's like, this is so exciting for us.
Yeah.
So we're glad that you guys are coming along with us on this, and happy times ahead.
Absolutely. I could still say it, but before we get out, you have to, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, or you can find us on our social medias at facebook.com/American Sports Connection or on Twitter at AM Sports Con CON Pod POD.
All right.
So we're gonna get out of here, and we will see you next Friday night. Have a good night, everybody.